journey. So in the first lesson, what we covered, that what is the natural state that is a meditative state. And what is natural? Effortless. You need not to do anything. But in the second session, we covered who destroys this natural state and how. Can you recall? We understood the psychology of desire. In the third session, might be interesting for you, we said how to begin dropping instinctive, impulsive, and habitual mind by learning these principles. Today, Journey of Self-Discovery by Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali is the name of a master, and Yoga Sutra is a text. Sutra means the formula. What is our goal? Goal of yoga is to study these principles, to study myself, so that I can change, I can bring an end to the suffering. The moment you study a text and you study yourself in light of those principles, you are a seeker. The oldest text of yoga, Yoga Vasishtha. Vasishtha is the name of a master. So by his name, Yoga Vasishtha. You'll be surprised, it contains only 50,000 verses. Then there are a couple of Upanishads that explains yoga much later, much earlier than Patanjali. So we will, in this session, we'll understand what is this sutra. Sutra means thread. So thread, does thread has to do anything with these principles? Yes. Sutra means absolute minimum phrase to hold together many principles of Eastern wisdom. You see, matter consists of atom. Now we understand. Instantly, atom consists of electron, proton, and neutron. There are 32 more particles, and these particles behave as a wave, and then we have an electromagnetic field, and ultimately, you see, that is how the atom may be known as a sutra. Why the sutra were developed? Or why Patanjali wrote in the format of sutra? Anyone can memorize the sutra for ready reference. Every sutra needs to be explained and expanded. The way I explained the atom, you see, the way I explained the atom. Now you should understand clearly that Yoga Sutra by Patanjali are 195 formulas. How it is to be explained and expanded. That is the beauty of this journey of Eastern wisdom. So first there is a commentator of the Yoga Sutra. I will not go in detail, but briefly I will pick up only two parts. First, every sutra is explained by a commentator. That is known as bhashya. So you should not go what I explain about the Yoga Sutra. I should go to the original commentator. That is known as bhashya. Bhashya is that work which explains each of the words of the sutra. It means from the following week, if I use a particular sutra, you should pay attention to each and every word. What is the meaning? How it is related to me, and how it will help me to evolve myself, how it will help me to raise my consciousness. So the first commentator is known as the Bhasya. So there is a Vyakhya commentator, there is a Vivartika, there is a Tika, Deepika. So I'm taking only the two. One is the commentator, and second is the Vartika. It is known as Vartika. So there is a critical analysis of the original principles and the work. Original critical analysis. Why we should understand the critical analysis? Why we should understand? Just think of it. So what happens? What was explained by the first commentator, and if he has left anything, so this Vartika covers that. It doesn't leave anything. It explains the content of the original work, explaining those things which have been omitted by the commentator. And there is also one thing. That is the beauty of this teaching and understanding of the Eastern wisdom. This Vartika, who writes the Vartika, first he goes against the formula, the principle. Then he explains so that we understand our weaknesses. If we go against that, this is going to happen. And then he explains clearly. So it's a critical analysis. It is a critical analysis of. So we will pick up two, and I will also refer other commentaries to make you understand so that you can apply in daily life. The way I did it in the last session. Do you remember, Stephen? Speaker, listener, no speaker, no listener, and then when we do nothing, our impulsive, instinctive mind is at work how to bring about a change in my daily life. That is what we covered. Lara, you might have gone through the audio. Now understand, these sutras have a very few words. There is no ambiguity. There is a total clarity. Only the vital points are covered in that sutra. It can have many facets, but each must have a valid meaning. Patanjali did not write only the sutra. There are many other masters who have written. Sankhya Sutra by Kapila. There is a Brahma Sutra. There are a lot of sutras are there. So not only Yoga Sutra is there. So it should be done in a very few words, no ambiguity. It covers only the essential points. It has many facets. No extras, no redundancies. No, nothing like that. And obviously it follows the grammar of the Sanskrit. Now see that. Every sutra explains the subject. It raises the doubt. It gives you the opposing viewpoint. And then it gives you the solution. That is the beauty. That is how we have to study, Lara, every sutra. It is not simply literal translation into English. Yoga, athi yoga anushashanam. Yoga is a discipline now, and let us follow that discipline. No, that will not work. That will not work. Now, understand that how these texts move forward, how every sutra moves forward. It has a thought flow from one subject to the next. Means, first sutra is deeply interconnected with the second sutra. A clear enunciation of the subject matter, which includes establishing formally what is being explained. Why I am explaining this? So that you should keep in mind these things while understanding Yoga Sutra. Why to understand the Yoga Sutra? To study myself. I am referring again and again. We are studying these principles to study ourselves. We don't want to be a scholar. If you become a scholar, you become a lecturer and a professor in a university without any experience. So we are doing the practice. So the first is clear enunciation of the subject matter, like mind, like intellect, like ego sense, like instinct, a lot of things. Second part is it gives you the definition of the subject matter. Third, it examines the subject. Means if he explains about the mind, then he examines the subject. So when you examine it, the subject matter of mind, you understand about your own mind. See that. See the beauty of these sutras. And then what happens? Then it gives you a clarity of the sutra. Take one example in the middle. It explains asana, ath yog anushashanam. Sthir sukham asanam. So what is that meaning? Motionless state of the body with a comfort is known as asana. I am briefly explaining, just for the sake of example. Then what is the method? So method he explains in the next sutra. Prayatna shaithilyata ananta samapattibhyam. Now see that how the asana needs to be practiced. 2 steps. First step, prayatna shaithilyata. Means what? I should not give too much of stress to the body. If I give too much of stress, the mind will enter into anxiety. If I get too less, I will fall into sleep. What is the goal? To maintain that awareness, to raise that awareness, to infuse the consciousness in the body is the goal of asana. What we are doing, we compare it with the physical exercise system. Stretch these muscles, this bone, that is okay. But why miss the whole point? Prayatna shaithilyata, that is the first part. Why I explain this sutra? Are you sitting comfortably while listening to me? You have to remain aware in the entire journey. Are you aware, or is your mind going somewhere? So first part is Prayatna shaithilyata, and second part is ananta samapattibhyam. What is ananta samapattibhyam? So it's a metaphor. So I'll explain you the metaphor and then you'll understand. So there is an ocean. So according to a myth or a mythological story, there is a 1,000-mouth cobra is on the ocean, and in that 1,000-mouth cobra, the god Vishnu is relaxing, just doing meditation. So what it means? In an ocean you have ripples, you have storm, and that cobra is protecting that god not to get disturbed in meditation. So how to apply that in our life? Every time we join the session, check. You are fully aware of the body. See that? You are fully aware of the body. You maintain that awareness and check that your mind is moving within in the space. These two are 2 steps of the practice of asana. We will talk about Hatha Yoga asanas and meditative asanas. So there is a difference between the two. Then in the third sutra, you see that the way the subject matter goes. What is asana? What is the method? What is the result? So he explains in a phrase, Tato Dandana Vighata. One becomes immune to dualities. The way if you practice the asanas in this manner. What are physical dualities? You get a tremendous power of endurance. You can endure pain and heat and the cold at the physical level, love and the hate at the emotional level, sorrow and the happiness at the mental level. That is the way asana needs to be done. You see, and in 3, it is easy to memorize. Sthir sukham asanam tato prayatna shaithilyata ananta samapatyabhyam and tato dandana vighata. You see that? Tato dandana vighata. So he says motionless state of the body, not forcing the body to be still, but moving the mind within, withdrawing the instinctive, impulsive, habitual mind from the body inside. That will make the body steady. What will happen? You can manage anxiety, you can manage tension, you can manage depression, you can manage your anger. Just 3 principles in a nutshell to give you that sense of clarity. So, we will start studying these sutras in that manner, and we will see how we can apply in our daily life. So, in that respect, the third session that we covered last week is most important. Listener, you heard it. Now you have changed your perception. With that changed perception, you see, you meet your near and dear ones like Sergei invited his friend. That's so wonderful. That's wonderful. Anytime. So now, at least he became a speaker to his friend. That's why he is attending the program. See that? See, he might have said something. This beard guy is good or bad, whatever it is. That I don't care. But anything, that is beautiful. Why? Because you start applying these principles in your relationship. It has nothing to do with cult, religion, dogma, belief. It has to do with pure knowledge to change your life. And the third part is, you're neither listener nor, so you do the practice regularly, and then you are living your life day in, day out with these principles. So you remember those, you sing those principles, and it will not take long, then you see the tremendous change in your life. That is the way this journey of self-discovery through this Patanjali Yoga Sutra will take place. So now is the time to start our practice. Let us start. Close your eyes. Today is our 4th session. Eyes are closed, looking at the body, and you guys are in your home. I'm on a sea beach. So looking at the body. Who is looking at the body? The mind. It raises your awareness. And you see that how silently I apply the principle of these 3 principles of the asanas. We have to follow. So now looking inside the head in the space. Looking inside the head in the space. So it means you are aware of the space, darkness, blankness, or simply the space inside the head? In that space, you pick up a point in the space. So when you pick up a point in the space, you will discover the calmness there. We need not to do any practice. Calmness is already there. And that is a spark of the calmness. And that spark becomes the sun. You succeed in meditation. What it means by sun? It is inside and outside. So, in the second step, we will use the mantra to expand the mind, to explain to the mind that this is the way you can change yourself. How we do it? 3 stages: singing and listening mentally, 3 times; singing, listening, and meaning, 3 times; singing, listening, meaning, and the knowledge, 3 times. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Mentally, you sing and listen to what you are singing in your mind. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Not a big deal in singing mentally. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Now 3 times, singing, listening, and meaning. What is the meaning of Sarvesham swastir bhavatu? Let there be a state of well-being in the entire universe. Let the mind run after any thought. It may be instinctive, impulsive, but what do you see? Well-being should be there. The entire universe, the cosmos, everything. So let us sing 3 times mentally. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Nothing to do with the cult, religion, dogma. The language, the Sanskrit language, is the language of self-discovery. Each word is a mantra. The goal of the mantra is to raise our awareness and move the mind within. And now singing, listening, meaning, and the knowledge. Can you pick up the meaning that my mind is seeking wellness for everyone, including friends and the foes? What it means? It is helping me, dropping my anxiety, duality, conflict, opposing tendencies. Let us sing 3 times. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Mentally you are singing, listening, meaning, and applying that knowledge. Now the second line, singing and listening. The second line is Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Mind remains within singing, and what you are singing, you are listening to it. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. What it means? Let there be peace everywhere, at all time, in everyone, in all the beings, without exception. Where are you going? That is our goal. We want permanent peace in our life. Now singing, listening and meaning. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You are fully aware of yourself. The entire journey is not only to study yourself, but to discover my true nature, which is permanent peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. If you are aware of your body, you see that the body becomes naturally still. If you apply the principle. Now singing, listening, and the meaning. Meaning? Peace. Shanti means peace. So there is another word in Sanskrit which is known as sukha, means peace. So you see that there are two syllables, su, good, and kha means space. So what do? Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. You are looking into the space inside. Every time you are singing, listening. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Singing, listening, meaning, and the knowledge. So you realize, you perceive that everyone is in that good space. That is why they are in peace. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham. Now the third line, singing and listening. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Now singing, listening and meaning. What is the meaning? Purnam Bhavatu. Let I discover that completeness in me. Why? My mind becomes instinctive, impulsive, habitual only because I feel the sense of incompleteness in me. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. And now with the meaning and the knowledge. What is the knowledge? That I am complete in myself at the level of pure consciousness, at the level of my real nature. I don't know my real nature. So the mind takes over. Mind says you are incomplete. So you will be complete by earning money. Earning money is not bad. But I add my habit or instinct that if I earn money, I'll be happy. No, happiness is inside. Let us sing, listen with the meaning and the knowledge. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sense of incompleteness. The way the earth is complete, the space is, ether is complete. You see that beauty? And now the fourth line. Singing and listening. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. You are singing with me or without me. Both are okay. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam. Now with the meaning. Meaning is auspiciousness. Understand, this is very important. Auspicious moment here and now during the practice is the meaning. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. And now what is the essence? What is the knowledge? Our masters explain that when I live in auspicious moment, I keep aside my ego. Why? Because ego will obstruct me in learning. So teacher and the student both keep their ego aside. The environment, the current moment is also full of auspiciousness so that we learn clearly. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Mentally chant, recite Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Do it yourself 2 more times. Shanti means peace. Now we'll move to the next step. Start breathing little, deep, silent and slow. I'm keeping that step from the previous meditation practice, and I have a reason to do so. So deep, silent and slow breathing means you are inhaling first into the belly, then into the rib cage. The breath is your car. The mind is your driver, and the highway is the space inside the body. What we do then, how we do it? While inhaling, move the mind inside the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips in the space inside. When you exhale, move the mind inside the right arm from the fingertips to the shoulder. So your mind is moving on the highway, that is the space and the blankness inside, with the deep, silent and slow breath. Why? We should keep our mind pure in a yogic sense. Be clear, I'm not challenging your mind. Now move the mind inside the left arm in the same way. Today we are going deeper. We'll have a longer practice. Same way. Breath is your car. You drive your car in through the mind, inside the left arm, in the highway, which is the space. Why? You will see that you have almost transcended the body. We need that. And now inside the right leg, You see that? Why I gave you the deep, silent, slow breath? It will prevent the mind to fall into unconscious sleep. Why it is deep, silent, slow breath? When you pay attention to it, your body will not move. That is how every master has customized these practices in these 3,000 texts and by the 3,000 teachers in a tradition. So once you know the basics, you can play with them. Why? I make masters. I don't make seekers. I don't make disciples. Now inside the left leg, Master, you become your own master. What it means? You discover permanent peace and happiness, love, truth, and the wisdom. That is the goal of meditation. Now inside the spine, from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and from the tailbone to the crown of the head. If you feel unease, the mind is constantly going to the body, you can lie down. No worries. Those who have joined for the first time, no issue at all. Mind is and the breath is moving in the spine. That is the highway. And I'll leave this. Remain as you are in that state. In the beginning of a meditation, I always started with being comfortable. And now see, because of the knowledge practice, the body tends to become comfortable. Move the mind from the crown of the head to the toes, looking at all the joints. Slowly experiencing sensation, comfortable and steadiness. We'll understand it has to do with tamas, rajas and satoguna. And now you will see thoughts are coming to your mind. Let them come, let them go. You feel as if they are too far from you. You are carefree and you are in a natural state. Now we will go to the passive steps. Look at the head and the neck. Outside, there is a space, as if the space covers, and maybe around 6 to 10 inches of the space is covering the head and the neck. So now move your mind from the space, bring it to the head and the neck. You feel the shape and you experience the sensation. It is the easiest step. Still, it challenges the mind at the highest level. 3S. Right arm, become aware of the cylindrical space in which the right arm is present. Cylindrical space, then become aware of the shape and sensation. We are not doing anything. No hard work. I'll tell you why later. Left arm, become aware of the cylindrical space all around. Left arm. So you move the mind from the space to the shape of the left arm and conscious experience of the sensation. Perhaps last time I discussed, that will come in these Yoga Sutras also. Around 6 inches, it's a normal, average human being. You may feel the sensation 6 inches around your body, far away from the skin. But when you do meditation, that sensation extends up to 1 meter or 2 meters. Look at the rib cage mentally and the space all around, as if that space, spherical space, is housing the entire rib cage. Then the shape and the sensation. Beautiful. I appreciate you all. Belly all around. Space. Shape of the belly. You're simply aware. I say, here is David, here is Jerry, here is Steve. That is how you become aware. Okay. Space. Shape. Sensation. We are playing. Right leg, cylindrical space all around the right leg, shape of the right leg, and sensation. Left leg, space, shape, sensation. Entire body is covered by a cylindrical space. Then there is a shape of the body. Then there is a sensation. This step is done. At a very subtler level, we move the mind. Again, look at the head and the neck. So you already have a previous experience of space, shape, sensation, and discover the stillness in the body. It is not the stillness of the body. Even if the body is moving, the stillness is present. Can I pick up? Right arm, my previous experience, space. I have to go through that space, shape, sensation, and stillness. Why I have to go through the previous step? It prevents my mind to go out. The moment mind says outside, we say space, shape, sensation. See that? We are not opposing the mind. We are not allowing the mind to react. We are making a conscious journey. I told you that I make masters. You are becoming your own master. Left arm. Space all around. Shape. Sensation. And stillness. Stillness inside. Stillness in the body. that stillness is in the body, it is everywhere. Can I see it? We'll understand that. Rib cage, outside, space, shape, sensation, and stillness. Belly. I can say now, you have understood, you all have understood. Space, shape, sensation, stillness. Right leg, shape, you become aware of the cylindrical space, shape, sensation, and stillness inside. Left leg, space, shape, sensation, and stillness. The entire body. Space, shape, sensation, and stillness. This step is also done. What is left? Can I see and move the mind within in that state of the stillness? I'm adding one more step. So first, again we repeat it, so that we are confirmed the mind is not moving outside. Head and the neck, space, shape, sensation, stillness. In that stillness you are aware of the sensation and the space inside the head and the neck. Means mind discovers the sensation inside the head and the neck, which is different from the sensation outside. And the space. That sensation inside is the state of calmness. First time we experience what exactly it means, calmness. And we see the space within. That is quietness. Right arm, space, shape, sensation, stillness. You are aware inside, the mind is living consciously within, and experience of calmness in quietness. Left arm, space, shape, sensation, stillness, calmness and quietness. So you see that I customize this meditation practice. There are 5 steps like this. It is a part of the Shanti meditation that I designed. But for you guys I customized. Look at the rib cage. So now you see that the mind naturally moves. It says, okay, space, shape, sensation, stillness, calmness, quietness. Can you visualize matter, atom, electron, proton, neutron, energy, consciousness? Rough metaphor. Belly, all around, space, shape, sensation, stillness, calmness, quietness. Right leg, space, shape, sensation, stillness, calmness, quietness. I'm doing nothing. I'm not guiding you. I'm just making you aware. It is already there with you. Left leg, space, shape, sensation, stillness, calmness, quietness. Entire body, space, shape, sensation, stillness, calmness, quietness. Now the mind is living consciously. So move the mind from the crown of the head to the heart only, and singing in your mind Om. Moving the mind from the heart to the crown of the head Om. It is not the knowledge. It is the desire that moves the mind outside. Sense of incompleteness starts. Instinctive, impulsive, habitual mind begins. So we today only movement of the mind with the Om from the crown of the head to the heart within, and Om from the heart within to the crown of the head. Doing nothing, remain as you are, in the state of doing nothing, for revelation to take place. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. So, So, how are you, Stephen and Jonathan, today together? That's good.
It was very similar to my Saturday's experience. I felt very very present, very aware, but I was just in this place of darkness, and as you were going through the different body parts and creating the space and the cylinder, every time you mentioned it, I would just see this glowing white light around me as I'm sitting here, and it was almost like the light was impenetrable.
Beautiful.
When you said to that part to create the space in the cylinder, it was like it opened up and allowed me to that body part, and then as we stepped out of that body part, the light around me continued and closed itself back up until I got to the next body part. And then when you started the Om Shanti, I had this overwhelming feeling of happiness.
Beautiful. That is what, it's a deeper state. There are two stages of the meditation. You cross the first when you explain that light. It has more to do with the prana. And when you said the happiness, so that is another deeper stage. Beautiful. How are you, Jonathan?
I had a really nice meditation today. I felt like I was able to really drop into a state, like the state of calmness and the state of passively observing the meditation, and it was a really all of the steps today allowed me to sort of stay there, where sometimes it's hard and I sort of come back in and out of it, and today was a very nice, stable, and I think in that state it's very calm and happy, and it was a really wonderful experience.
Beautiful. That's again a deeper state. How are you, Sam?
I'm great. Today, similar to Uncle Stephen, when I was doing the body check, this was the first time I felt like every time I took a breath, my mind would go with the breath to the body part, and then back up, and then back around and back up, and I was traveling through my body for the first time, which was cool, instead of just looking at it. I was getting over that. I was looking out, and I was over here, and I was over on my knee. It's pretty cool.
Good. That's a good experience. We are progressing. How are you, Terry?
I was able to do everything, and I was in the dark space where everything was pretty much good, the way it should be.
I see you are moving. You see, you're moving your hands so nicely.
Yeah.
I see that.
When it works, it works.
I like it. This is what should be. You see that? Only. Yeah, continue.
Oh, well, I was simultaneously aware of all the things that were trying to distract me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was aware of being in the space, the darkness, all the like the singing, all the things that we were doing.
Yeah.
And then there were the other things that were trying to distract me, like the muscle tightness was coming in, and I could hear the refrigerator, and I could hear somebody on the phone in the other room. And it's very... It happens to me more than once that I'm going there, and then these things pull me back out.
I'm so happy looking at you that you're perfectly acting like... Lara, that is what, we cannot claim that we can help others, especially with these illnesses. But one has to commit. Then it works. Then I know that it works.
I can feel the injury or whatever it is.
No, it's good.
I can feel it as a feeling in there, like it's like a nervousness and a tension and whatever, separate from the part that's okay.
Separate, yeah. Good. Beautiful experience and deeper. How are you, Sangeeta?
सर बहुत पीसफुल है और जब जो मंत्र का उच्चारण है उसमें बहुत शांति मिलती है और एक करुणा का भाव आता है और जो लाइक फील हो रहा था जैसे बॉडी बैलून protection लग रहा.
Yeah, body feels like a balloon, but she pointed out one of the most beautiful thing. She says that there was a feeling of compassion being revealed from her heart. So we should understand that compassion is not a practice. How can you practice compassion? How can you practice love? Let me practice love. I'm not going against anyone, but just I'm pointing out main principle. How are you, David and Jerry?
My experience, similar to Stephen's, was much like Saturday's.
Beautiful.
I heard you, but the only point that I really sort of listened to you was doing the body parts, and that was just like my body was just dropping.
And beautiful.
It was very peaceful. So thank you.
Beautiful. That's a deeper experience. How are you, Jerry?
I'm doing well, sir. I experienced with the mantra. I really love the meaning and of that all beings would have wellness and peace and no completeness, and then we would find that auspicious place being present. And then through the meditation, I just felt super heavy and grounded and cold. And then when you started oming from the crown to the heart and the heart to the crown, I felt like my whole being was smiling.
Beautiful. That's a heaviness also is another stage of meditation. You see that we start with the meditation. I'll cover that possibly in the next week. So, should I tell? Yeah, I can just tell. Now you feel that calmness and the peace is one stage. Then it divides into 4 stages of meditation. So we pass through those 4 stages. Then comes the 5th stage, where there is nothingness is felt. Out of that nothingness, there comes the 2 stages of meditation. It is known as Savikalp and Nirvikalp Samadhi. Again, from the Nirvikalp, you go into the 2 stages, Sabis and Nirbis. And ultimately, in the 15th and the 17th stage, you are already there. It is irreversible process that we covered in the first step. That is what the natural state is. We'll understand that. How are you, Lara?
I am good. It was a really, really deep meditation. It was really quiet, and then all of a sudden there's construction being done next to me, and there was a big, huge crash. And so I don't know what happened outside, but it was really loud. I got totally thrown out, and then I came back. And then it was quiet.
Crash and then came back. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a deeper meditation. That's really good.
I mean, I wanted to say, like, Karen had a similar experience with you because it was very, very, there was like, all kinds of noise. So who knows what's going on?
Now you see that I have added the 5 steps of Shanti meditation in this meditation practice. You already have that. How are you, Sergey, and our friend?
Let's start, Gerald, from your experience.
Yeah.
It was nice to take a break. Yeah. It's just it was good. Yeah.
I'm good. You are good, or meditation is good.
Definitely quite a deep meditation.
Very
familiar with the Shanti and all the other parts as well. So.
Very good. Very good. This is your first time?
No.
I mean, first time with you guiding the meditation, yes, but definitely not the first time meditation.
That's good. Previous meditation will definitely help you to go deeper. Beautiful. How are you, Sergey?
It was definitely a deep meditation, deeper than like previous times. I found then that when some thoughts are coming, I can figure it out that almost immediately and like stopping that one. Like it's just like I feel like something irrelevant, something outside of the world coming, and then I like stop now.
Beautiful.
And, allows me to completely relax, be aware for all the meditation.
Beautiful. That's a deeper, you're going deeper. So tell me if there is any question you have.
Thank you.
Thank you.